Welcome to South Africa Portal. If you are planning to study at the University of South Africa, also known as UNISA, in 2027, this video is for you. Today, we are covering the UNISA 2027 online application process for undergraduate qualifications, short learning programs, honors degrees, postgraduate diplomas, master's degrees and doctoral degrees. We will also look at the important application dates, who needs to apply, the documents you may need, how to submit your application online, and what happens after you apply. Let's get straight into the details. Let's start with undergraduate qualifications. For the 2027 academic year, UNISA undergraduate applications are open from August 17, 2026 to October 9, 2026. This category covers qualifications such as higher certificates, diplomas, advanced diplomas and bachelor's degrees. If you are a first-time UNISA applicant and want to start a new undergraduate qualification in 2027, you need to submit an application for admission. You also need to apply if you are already studying at UNISA but want to change to a new qualification or change your specialization. If you are completing a higher certificate and want to continue with another undergraduate qualification, you also need to apply for admission. UNISA allows undergraduate applicants to apply for up to 3 qualifications, ranked according to preference. However, if more than one application is successful, you can only register for one qualification. So, before submitting your application, carefully check the admission requirements for each qualification. Do not simply select a qualification because you are interested in it. Check the required subjects, admission points, previous qualifications and any other requirements listed by UNISA. To apply, go to the official UNISA application website. Select the undergraduate application option and follow the online application process. You will need to provide your personal information, educational information and qualification choices. You should also have your supporting documents ready before starting the application. Depending on your circumstances, these can include your South African identity document or passport, school results and other required academic documents. Make sure that the information you enter matches your official documents. Incorrect information or incomplete documentation can delay the processing of your application. UNISA also makes it clear that meeting the minimum requirements does not automatically guarantee admission. Applications are assessed according to the admission requirements, the point score system and the number of spaces available for the qualification. Now let's move to honors degrees and postgraduate diplomas. Applications for UNISA honors degrees and postgraduate diplomas for the 2027 academic year are open from August 17, 2026 to October 9, 2026. This is particularly important if you are finishing your undergraduate qualification and want to continue into postgraduate study in 2027. Final year undergraduate students who intend to continue with postgraduate studies must also apply for admission. You need to make sure that the honors degree or postgraduate diploma you select is appropriate for your previous qualification. UNISA states that your qualification choice should be aligned with your major subjects in your undergraduate qualification, and you should check the minimum admission requirements before applying. When applying for an honors degree or postgraduate diploma, you may need to upload documents such as your identity document or passport and your official tertiary academic record. If you studied at another institution, UNISA requires the relevant official academic record. If you previously studied through UNISA, an academic record may not need to be uploaded in the same way. International applicants may have additional requirements, including documentation relating to foreign qualifications. UNISA also indicates that foreign qualifications may need to be evaluated by the South African Qualifications Authority, known as SAQA. Make sure your documents are clear and meet the requirements before uploading them. Next are master's and doctoral qualifications. For the general 2027 application period, UNISA has indicated that master's and doctoral applications will be open from September 1, 2026 to November 20, 2026. However, Selection degrees and some other qualifications can have different application periods, so applicants should check the specific qualification information before applying. If you want to begin a new master's or doctoral qualification, you need to apply for admission. This also applies to current UNISA students who want to start a new qualification. Final year students who are progressing to master's or doctoral study also need to apply. Previously registered master's and doctoral students who did not register during the 2026 academic year and want to continue in 2027 may also need to apply again. One major difference at this level is that you can only apply for one master's or doctoral qualification. Therefore, carefully check the admission requirements before submitting your application. Submitting a second application can replace the first application. For master's and doctoral applications, applicants should prepare their supporting documents before starting. These can include your identity document or valid passport, official academic records and other documents specified by the qualification. For many master's and doctoral qualifications, a research outline is also required. However, there are exceptions for certain coursework qualifications, so always check the requirements of the specific program you are applying for. International applicants may also need a SACA evaluation for their foreign qualification. UNISA allows certain international applicants to submit an application before receiving the SACA certificate, but additional requirements apply if the application is approved. Another important point is that simply applying for a UNISA student number does not mean that you have applied for admission. You must complete the admission application and submit the required supporting documents. Now let's look at short learning programs, commonly called SLPs. UNISA has indicated that applications for its short learning programs will open on November 2, 2026. UNISA also states that information for the 2027 academic year will be published shortly. Short learning programs are different from UNISA's formal undergraduate and postgraduate qualifications. They are designed around specific areas of learning and professional or personal development. If you are interested in an SLP, check the available programs, admission requirements, application dates and registration information once the 2027 details are published. Also remember that student numbers issued for short learning programs are not the same as formal UNISA student numbers used for formal qualifications. The general process starts with choosing the correct qualification category. If you are applying for an undergraduate qualification, use the undergraduate application process. For an honors degree or postgraduate diploma, use the relevant postgraduate application section. For master's and doctoral qualifications, use the master's and doctoral application platform. For short learning programs, use the SLP application system when the 2027 application period opens. Once you have selected the correct category, check the qualification requirements. Prepare your documents. Complete the online application form carefully. Upload the required supporting documents. Pay the applicable application fee where required. Then submit the application. Keep your application information and any confirmation details safely stored. There are several mistakes you should avoid. First, do not wait until the last day to apply. For undergraduate applications, the closing date is October 9, 2026. The same closing date applies to honors degrees and postgraduate diplomas. For the general master's and doctoral application period, the closing date is November 20, 2026. Second, do not apply for a qualification without checking its admission requirements. Third, do not upload incomplete or incorrect documents. Fourth, make sure you apply under the correct qualification category. And fifth, do not assume that submitting an application means you have been admitted. UNISA uses a selection and approval process, and admission can depend on academic requirements and available spaces. After submitting your application, UNISA processes and assesses it. For undergraduate applications, UNISA considers factors including the admission requirements, the minimum academic points score and available spaces. For honors and postgraduate diploma applications, UNISA also assesses the academic requirements and your previous academic performance. The selection process can take time. UNISA indicates that honors and postgraduate diploma applications can take up to 3 months to be finalized. If you receive an offer, follow the instructions provided by UNISA. For first-time applicants to certain postgraduate qualifications, completing the first-year experience MOOC is required before accepting the offer. After completing the required steps, you can accept or decline the offer within the period specified by UNISA. Once you accept an offer, the other offers can fall away, so make your decision carefully. Here is the important date recap. For undergraduate qualifications, applications run from 17 August to October 9, 2026. For honors degrees and postgraduate diplomas, applications run from 17 August to October 9, 2026. For master's and doctoral qualifications, the general application period is 1st of September to November 20, 2026, with exceptions for some selection qualifications. For short learning programs, applications are scheduled to open on November 2, 2026, while UNISA says the 2027 program information will be published shortly. Because application dates can differ by qualification, always check the official UNISA application page before submitting your application. After applying, you can monitor your application status through the official UNISA application status system. UNISA has an online option for applicants to check the status of their application. Keep checking for updates instead of assuming that no immediate response means your application was unsuccessful. For honors and postgraduate diploma applications, UNISA explains that applications go through a verification, selection and approval process, which can take time. If your application is successful, UNISA will communicate the outcome and indicate the qualification for which you have been accepted. If you receive an offer, you must follow the instructions provided by UNISA and accept or decline the offer within the specified period. For 2027 honors and postgraduate diploma applications, UNISA states that first-time applicants must complete the first-year experience MOOC before they can accept the offer. Pay close attention to the deadline contained in your offer communication. If you accept an offer and then do not register for the relevant academic period, you may have to apply again during a future application period. Do not wait until the application deadline before starting. Do not select a qualification without checking the admission requirements. Do not upload blurry or incomplete documents. Do not provide incorrect personal information. Do not use someone else's email address if you need to receive important application communication. Do not submit multiple applications randomly. And do not rely on unofficial websites or social media posts for application instructions. Use the official UNISA website for application dates, qualification information, fees and application procedures. That is the latest information you need to know about the UNISA 2027 online application for undergraduate qualifications, short learning programs, honors degrees, postgraduate diplomas, master's degrees and doctoral degrees. If you are applying for 2027, make sure you select the correct qualification, check the admission requirements and submit your application before the relevant closing date. If this video helped you, share it with someone who is planning to apply to UNISA for 2027. Don't forget to like this video, and subscribe to South Africa Portal for more South African university, college, bursary and education application updates. And leave a comment below telling us which UNISA qualification you are planning to apply for in 2027.